Welcome to State of Affairs. I'm Steve Adubato. It's my pleasure to introduce two very distinguished business leaders in the state. Michelle Siekerka, President and CEO, New Jersey Business and Industry Association, also co-chair of an organization called Opportunity New Jersey, and also Ralph Albert Thomas, CEO and Executive Director, New Jersey Society of CPAs, and the Treasurer of Opportunity New Jersey. Good to see both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've had discussions before about the business community in the state, but let me ask you, Ralph, this organization, Opportunity New Jersey, is what and why?
Well, Steve, it's a nonpartisan group, and really the intent of it is for the group to bring to the attention, be the voice, if you will, of the business community and individuals here in New Jersey, and in terms of the public policy that's being vetted and other things that are going on down in Trenton with the administration and the legislature.
Well, Michelle, respectfully, you've been with us many times. We also have had the State Chamber of Commerce on with us, others. How is this organization different than the Business and Industry Association or the Chamber or any other business group?
So this is a larger coalition of like-minded associations coming together. So we have 16 business associations working together to establish that one voice. So it's all about leveraging, for example, the research we talk about all the time at BIA.
Sure. Now
we can leverage it through Opportunity New Jersey with these 16 partners. So coalition building in the business community is what this is all about.
What's the main message? See, we actually, after this segment, we're going to have a conversation with the head of the EDA, Economic Development Authority, also the head of Choose New Jersey as well. I'm sure they're going to have a certain perspective on Governor Murphy's economic agenda. Is there a perspective on the part of Opportunity NJ, or is it too soon?
Well, no. Well, the message for Opportunity New Jersey is make New Jersey affordable and do it now.
It's not, you say?
So everything in our plan, our agenda for Opportunity New Jersey is all about driving affordability and regional competitiveness, business competitiveness within the Northeast, which we are not. We are dead last in the Northeast.
What?
In everything, in taxes, cost of doing business. I mean, you think about what business owners have every day have to deal with, right? And the costs that we have to run a business and regulations and mandates.
But if the governor and his team argue that more jobs are coming into New Jersey, how does that square with what Michelle just said?
Well, you may be getting more jobs in, but back to Michelle's point, the objective is to make us more competitive. When you look at the data that's out there, New Jersey is either next to last or dead last in a number of categories. So it's really to get us to be competitive so that we can be on the same, playing ground as New York, Pennsylvania, and other states in the region.
Devil's advocate.
Okay.
People often say, those who are bullish, if you will, on business in New Jersey, look at our location. Look at where we are in terms of the airports. Look at where we are in terms of our workforce, how talented they are. Look at where we are in terms of Philadelphia and New York. By the nature of those and other things, we're very competitive, you say?
First of all, we are bullish on New Jersey. We're the biggest cheerleaders you could possibly have in the state of New Jersey, right? However, and every time we speak, the first thing we do is we start with the assets of the state. Everything you said is a tremendous asset in the state of New Jersey. We don't take that away. However, the harsh reality around all those assets is we're the most expensive state in the nation. We need property tax reform. We need pension reform. And this is a
back up. I'm sorry, Michelle. Property tax reform, isn't that a question of what every property owner pays for in his or her home? And you're talking about public employee pension reform. What does that have to do with the business community?
Because the business community pays those costs. We pay 40% of the property taxes across the state of New Jersey.
You mean corporate taxes?
Absolutely. No, I'm talking about property tax because businesses own land in the state of New Jersey.
So we often talk about property as if it's only residential property.
Yeah, but it is the business community that also contributes to that. And that's where we're not competitive with our, New York and other jurisdictions.
And Governor Murphy, and I promise we will have him soon on State of Affairs, he has said we need to increase taxes on the wealthiest people in the state in order to achieve what he calls tax fairness. I'll get you.
Okay.
We do not have a revenue problem in the state of New Jersey. We have a spending problem in the state of New Jersey. The state's debt has increased 382% over the last 10 years.
Okay, that is Democratic and Republican administrations. It was
Correct.
the Christie administration before the Murphy administration, and was it going up during that time as well?
Yes, and before that, this is decades. This is not a Democrat or Republican issue. This is an economic issue.
Jump back in, Ralph.
Yeah, we reach out to our members, and part of the discussions that they have with their clients, both individual
These
and
are
business.
CPA firms.
These are CPA firms, and part of the discussion is, should I stay in New Jersey? And our members, in a recent poll that we took with them, 75% of them suggested to their clients, their businesses, that they ought to consider leaving New Jersey.
Come on.
No.
Three-quarters of them are saying leave the state.
Leave the state.
We got the Jersey Shore. We've got resort activities.
We've got all those
parks. We've got all these great things.
We've got these great assets, but it is the cost to be able to have those assets, and that is what I think drives that message that comes from my members.
So if the governor argues, and he in fact gets an increase in the millionaire's tax, how would this impact the agenda of your organization?
Taxes matter. Taxes absolutely matter. When you sit and you line up the factors that you're going to consider when you're going to live somewhere and work somewhere and grow somewhere and stay somewhere, taxes matter. We can't say that they don't. So it's great that we have these tremendous assets. And again, we tout those assets every day. You know what? We're willing to pay a premium for all the good assets in the state of New Jersey.
Not to mention we have pretty good schools. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Awesome schools, ranked #1 in the nation, right?
By Education Week, go ahead.
But to that point, exactly, right? We're willing to pay a premium. We're now beyond super premium. And let me just say that #1, K-12, outstanding, excellent. But the cost to deliver that, over $21,000 on average per pupil per year times 13 years. Massachusetts, #2, is doing it at half the cost.
But what would the governor do if the governor wanted to be responsive to the argument that you and your colleagues are making an opportunity in New Jersey? What would he do? He's not going to lower the income tax. He can't lower property taxes by himself.
But I think it goes back to a comment that Michelle said. It's a suspend issue. How do we do things more efficiently here in the state? We have duplication of effort in a number of areas.
Talking about merging school districts and communities, shared services.
Absolutely. When you look at in the Path to Progress report, that was one of the suggestions, that we needed to think about going to a regional school system.
That Senate President Sweeney, check
Right.
out our website. It'll be up right now. Senator Sweeney talked about that.
I
Path
sat
to
on that. I
Progress.
sat on that committee and on that work group, and that was a big issue there. How do we do things more efficient? We took a look at the cost to deliver the services and goods and for the organization, and that was the big issue. How do we do these things more efficiently?
Well, to Ralph and to Michelle, I want to thank you for sharing this perspective of Opportunity New Jersey. And again, right after this, we're going to have a different conversation about some of the same issues with people who see it a little differently. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back right after this.